Rai. The Rai community in Nepal represents one of the diverse ethnic groups contributing to the rich tapestry of the country's culture and religion. Within the Rai caste, there are further divisions into various subcastes, each characterized by distinct surnames and language. This diversity reflects the multifaceted nature of Nepali society. It's noteworthy that despite belonging to the same overall caste, different subgroups within the Rai community may speak different languages and uphold unique cultural practice. Research indicates that there are as many as 26 different languages associated with the Rai caste, each linked to specific subcaste and surnames. This linguistic diversity further adds to the complexity and richness of the Rai community's heritage. The Kirat Rai people, following Kirat Dharma, exhibits a unique cultural and religious identity. Central to their way of life is Mundum, a sacred text that guides various aspects of Rai activities, faith, and worship. The Mundum serves as the life process for the Rais. Within the Rai community, Hutlung is referred to as the primary deity. The term Hut refers to a pit, and Lung means stone, signifying a stone that has been carefully dug and buried. Hutlungs are prominently placed in Rai household, typically buried on one side of the inner corner of the house. The designated area containing the Hutlung is known as Dabwe Kham, which can be either round or square in shape. Within this Dabwe Kham, 3 Hutlungs are buried in a triangular arrangement. Surrounding the Hutlung, stones are positioned in a circular manner, creating what is called Waralung. These arrangements hold significant spiritual importance for the Rai community. In Mundumi language, the 3 Hutlung are referred to as Suktulung, Bawilung, and Kurilung. Each Hutlung carries distinct symbolic significance. Position according to Mangpa, the right side Hutlung is called Makhap or Makafulung, symbolizing the mother, while the left side Hutlung is Pakhap or Pakafulung, representing the father. The Hutlung at the back is also known as Sayalung or Soptulung, serving as a symbol of prestige and honor. The Kirat caste encompasses various ethnic groups including Rai, Limbu, Yakka, and Sunwar, all belonging to the Mongol community. As indigenous people of South and Southeast Asia, the Kirat race boasts an ancient and extensive history. The Kirat Rais are divided into Vallo Kirat and Mas Kirat. Prior to the establishment of the modern centralized state system, the Kirat Rais operate under a federal state structure. Despite being primarily located in the eastern part of Nepal for many centuries, their folklore and traditions are intertwined with the Kirat rule in the Patuk Darbar, the statue of Virupaksha, an inscription in the Kathmandu Valley or Yalakim. Consequently, the Kirat Rais takes pride in their lineage as descendants of the Kirat king Yalambar of ancient Nepal. However, due to geographical challenges and limited financial resources over time, the Kirat Rais gradually transitioned to being recognized as ordinary farmers. Within the expansion of British rule in India, they also gained recognition as Gorkha soldiers. Certainly, the Kirats are recognized as one of the ancient indigenous races globally. Over time, various ethnic communities emerged within this broader group, giving rise to the Rai caste. The usage of the term Rai is documented from the 10th to the 18th century, with references dating back to the Saka 1017. It's important to note that the term Rai is believed to be a corruption of the original word Raya, which serves as an adjective, specific title, or one of the Kirat clans. The Kirats are further categorized into Vallo Kirat, predominantly found in the areas with a high concentration of Gurungs, Mas Kirat, where the majority consists of Rais, and Pallo Kirat, with a prevalence of Limbus. However, these 3 groups are also present in other regions, not limited to their respective areas. Following the decline of Kirat rule in Kathmandu Valley, the primary stronghold of the Kirats shifted eastward, spanning from Dulike to the East Kirat province. Prior to the unification led by King Prithvinarayan Saha, the Kirat province, encompassing the region east of Sunkosi River, was governed by Sunwar, Rai and Limbu communities of the Kirat caste. The historical roots of the Rai caste trace back to the period when certain chiefs in the Kirat region, following previous conquests by the Sen kings, were bestowed with the title of Raya. Over time, this title evolved into the name Rai, which gained widespread uses throughout the Gorkha kingdom. Notably, after Gorkha's dominance in Khumbu I, the Gorkhali rulers changed the title given to Khumbu chiefs from Raya to Rai. It is suggested that the term Raya may have originated as a corruption of the word Raja or king, which later became Rai. The expanded use of the term Rai gained prominence after Prithvinarayan Saha annexed the Kirat province to Nepal. As part of the administrative restructuring, titles such as Zamindar, Talukdar, Rai and Subba were conferred upon local administrators, often honoring long-standing village residents. The term Rai is not merely a caste name but historically referred to the chief of a village. In a similar vein, various communities and castes had specific titles or names used to address their leaders. For instance, the Brahmin community was addressed as Pandit, Newar as Sauji, Rana Thakuri as Babu Sahib, Chetri as Kazi, Limbu and Thakali as Subba, Tamang and Himalaya as Lama, Tharu as Chaudhary, Domai as Nagarji, Sarki as Mijar, and Kami as Sunar. Following Prithvinarayan Saha's conquest of the Kirat land, he designated the rank of Suwangi for the Limbu community and Rai for the Khumbu community. Over time, the Sunwar caste assumed the role of Mukhya. The Rai caste became associated with the position of Devan, and the Tharu community in the Tarai region adopted the title Chaudhary. In the era of Kipat, the term Rai was reserved for the chief of the Kipat, who held significant administrative responsibilities and governed the local populace. The local residents under the rule of the Rai chief were referred to as Jimi or Raiti. The primary rule overseeing the Kipat land was also known as the Rai, and Prithvinarayan Saha confirmed the title of Rai along with the authority of a sub-king. Upon the Rai's demise, the eldest son had the opportunity to assume the role of Rai, while the other sons were designated as Raitis. In official documents up to the year 2026, the ruling authority is referred to as Rai and the other family members as Raitis or Jim. During the reign of Rai over Kipat, the individual responsible for financial transaction, legal proceeding, and accounting was called Dwara. Raitis had the responsibility of presenting issues, submitting them to the government, and addressing matters related to life. Additionally, the Raitis were involved in agricultural activities, particularly the cultivation of rye, and were obliged to cover the travel expense of rye to and from the land for tax payment. Initially reserved for specific individuals and their family, the title Rai gradually extended to other general tenants over time. Furthermore, the broader use of the term Rai gained momentum when the Rana rulers facilitated the acquisition of the Rai title by paying 26 rupees to the government for 30 muri of soil as a salami. The term Rai, denoting dignity and influence, became more prevalent among the Kiratis, especially towards the end of the Rana rule and beyond. During Prithvinarayan Saha's rule and the subsequent annexation of Kirat land into the nation of Nepal, individuals appointed as Zamindars and Talukdars adopted titles like Rai, Devan, Subba. Over time, these appointees underwent a change in caste. The traditional Kirati structures were dismantled and Kirati chiefs were replaced by individuals with titles like Rai. The use of the term Rai gained prominence after Prithvinarayan Saha's annexation of the Kirat land to Nepal, approximately around 1831 Bikram Sampat. In the Kirat regions, titles such as Rai, Subba, Mukhya and Devan were bestowed upon individuals who were entrusted with the responsibility of collecting revenue from the Kirat-Kipat land. The period marked significant change in the social, political landscape and caste dynamics of the Kirat community. Thank you.